AfriSol presents Nickel Millionaire 2.0, where your dreams of becoming a millionaire can come true, not once, but twice. In the first 2 months, one lucky AfriSol subscriber will win a cool $1 million. Another lucky winner will take home another $1 million just 2 months after that. But wait, there's more. We've got loads of cash prizes to be won every week. Simply buy a minimum of $10 in credit or data. So the more you buy, the better your chances of hitting the jackpot. Nickel Millionaire 2.0. Join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. live on GRTS. AfriSol, creating millionaires, changing lives.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. Safety. Communities living along the highway must adapt to new safety measures.
Hello, good evening from our studio along the Bertel Harding Highway in Carnifing. This is Star TV News with me, Umundu Bailabari. Coming up tonight, Digital Economy and Ministry and ECOWAS host ECOWAS E-Government Expert Forum. GID mobilizes over 420 million. Department outlines plans for 2025. Fire consumes vehicle at Kasumai Johnson in Vigil on Friday. Scorpion Karate Academy hosts 3rd International Karate Clubs Championship. GFF donates communication gadgets and decorates 16 FIFA referees. On the international news, curbing illegal migration, thousands of Mexican troops deployed at U.S. border. Cholera in Angola, cases spread to 21 provinces across the country. These stories and many more in just a moment. Many thanks for joining us, and now the news in detail. The Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, in partnership with ECOWAS, convened the ECOWAS E-Government Expert Forum on Thursday. The forum brought together participants from member states to analyze the main regional findings of the United Nations 2024 E-Government Survey and to enhance their knowledge of data governance implementation. Hadi Jaju files in this report.
The two-day forum, held in Banjul from 6 to 7 February 2025, brought together participants from ECOWAS member states to provide a space for them to analyze the main regional findings of the United Nations 2024 E-Government Survey and to also enhance their knowledge of the data governance implementation model supported by the 3 principles of Sustainable Development Goal 16, whose attainment hinges on accountability, effectiveness, and inclusiveness development, a parameter set by the United Nations Department for Economic and Social Affairs. Speaking at the forum, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, Hassan M. Jallo, dilated on his ministry's efforts to improve digitalization of public services. Under the WADI project, through which the National E-Government Policy and Roadmap are being currently formulated.
Vision of establishing an integrated government that delivers secure, accessible, and quality public services, promoting a knowledge-based economy. We have embarked on various ambitious digital government initiatives. The ongoing implementation of the MyGov project aims to onboard the critical government services to a centralized online platform for improved efficiency and increased access. These services include passport, ID card, birth certificates, business registration, and driver's license. And we want to take this opportunity to also thank the ECOWAS for their support in this endeavor. This initiative is in line with efforts at the regional level geared towards utilizing digital government to serve our people in the most cost-effective and efficient manner.
PS Jallo thanked partners for their continued support to the digital transformation agenda, calling for more collaboration in developing and integrating valued systems and applications to reinforce their efforts to utilize digital technologies as a pathway and an inclusive vehicle to power prosperity across all sectors. The ECOWAS Commission said it is committed to supporting member states in their digital transformation by enhancing e-government and promoting data governance with partners such as the World Bank through the WADI program and the UNDESA through the Division for Public Institutions and Digital Government. Commissioner for Infrastructure, Energy and Digitalization, Mr. Sidiko Duka, gave an overview of ECOWAS' new digital sector development strategy designed to guide the community's action for the period 2024-2029. This strategy aims to position ICT as an engine for economic growth and inclusion by pursuing efforts to build a single digital market for sustainable and shared prosperity in the sub-region.
Inclusive and sustainable development, as outlined in the ECOWAS Vision 2050, it's essential to advance digital transformation. The goal is a key focus of the Community Strategic Framework 2023-2027. ECOWAS is working to enhance socio-economic initiatives like e-commerce, e-government, e-health, e-agriculture, e-education, among others. The ECOWAS Commission,
representing the current chair, Mr. Kola Obisin from the Federal Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy of Nigeria, commended the organization of such a forum to enable the participants gain a better understanding of e-government and data governance implementation.
Forums such as this one has over time been proven to be quite effective as the process facilitates the sharing of valuable ideas, techniques, experience, expertise, and networks, which are usually beneficial to participating parties. And I hope same focus will be made and achieved during our interactions here.
The Director of the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, Mr. Juang Hu, described the forum as timely. He stated that the UNDESA has been providing support to member countries, including the Gambia, in their digital development.
Particularly timely as UNDESA is providing support to our member countries, including the Gambia, in their digital development through the UN PDF Fund. Developing institutional capacities for digital data management and cooperation to advance progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals.
ECOWAS strives to play an instrumental role in fostering regional collaboration in e-government and digital governance, in a quest to lay the foundation for a more integrated digital ecosystem. For Star TV News, I am Hadijajo.
The Gambia Immigration Department has announced a record-breaking revenue collection of over $420 million for 2024, significantly surpassing its target of $220 million. This represents a substantial increase from $317 million collected in 2023. Immigration on Friday held a press briefing at its headquarters in Banjul. Modu El Baji report.
The Gambia Immigration Department announced on Friday that the department has surpassed its revenue targets for the year 2024 by millions of dollars. Assistant Commissioner of Finance Caroline Jaju attributed this remarkable revenue mobilization performance to several factors, including enhanced revenue monitoring and control mechanisms, the cessation of a revenue sharing agreement with SEMLEX, improved staff deployment, and increased public awareness of immigration services.
The idea had made a significant progress in revenue collection for the past 2 years. For 2023 revenue performance, at our administrative target, we have targeted to score 190 million, but our actual collections in 2023 was 317 million, and we have a difference of 127 million, which results to 66.96%. Revenue performance for 2024. Our administrative target was 220 million. That's what we target to score. But our actual collections was 420 million, $219,024. So we have a difference of 200 million, which results to 91.01%. This strong revenue performance was achieved through strategic initiative and enhanced financial oversight.
DGID still faces challenges such as low budgetary allocation, inadequate office accommodation, and limited transportation for border operations.
Despite our success, DGID also faces several challenges that need urgent attention. One is our low budgetary allocations, and also two, inadequate office accommodations. It is only the institution, GID is only a service institution without a national headquarters. So this also become the factors that affect our performance, and also limited transportation for border patrols, that the insufficient and aging vehicle fleet hamper mobility, particularly in the remote border regions.
DGID's Assistant Commissioner of Finance further informed the press that GID has set a revenue target of $250 million by 2025 and outlined several strategic initiatives to reinforce the department's revenue mobilization capabilities.
Looking ahead, GID is targeting to generate $250 million in revenue for 2025 through the following strategic initiative. One, to modernization of revenue collection system, digitalization of immigration service to enhance efficiency and transparency. You can see that we have moved our passport payments to bank. So come this year, we are working with Accountant General Office, where in all other forms payments will be made to the bank. Two, to expansion of immigration service centers, establishment of new station in Sanyang, for 2025, Sankandi, Kaur, Panchang, Njoben to improve our accessibility. Three, to enhance border control and intelligence, and upgrading border patrol infrastructure and strengthening enforcement against irregular migration.
But why has the GID lowered the bar when it comes to revenue target for 2025? Karalang again.
Target. You know, we have a PEGA target at 250 million as compared to our performance of this year. You know, as I already mentioned that, I have said that despite our successes, there are problems that we have is about our limited transportations. Because currently, we have this aging fleet. When you go outside, our vehicles are numbered. So that also affects our operations in terms of our raiding, in terms of border patrols and all the stuff like that. So these factors, because of all the factors, we put them together. That's why we are carefully. We should not put it out. We said, let's go to this level to increase it more than our target of last year. We are not looking at the output, but we say what are some of the things that led to our performance, but we can realize that those ones are going down. So this is why we pick.
The exceptional revenue performance of the GID last year highlights the department's vital role in government's revenue mobilization efforts for national development. For Star TV, I am Mojo El Baji.
A car was born to ashes earlier today at Kasumai Johnson in Bijilo, raising concerns about fire safety and emergency response in the country. Our Sani reports.
Earlier today, a car caught fire at Kasumai Johnson in Bijilo, leaving it completely destroyed. Eyewitness reported the incident, with one person saying, "If something is meant to happen, it will happen," adding that they should thank God for the situation, as it could be worse.
The government should do something about the fire extinguishers because they do not reach at the scene on time in most cases when their help is needed. This is hard, so I am urging him to take heart because it's not easy, but it's God's will.
Fabra Maken Jane, the car's driver, shared his experience. He was driving back from Gunjur when a woman signaled him, warning that smoke was coming from his car. That was how he parked the car and they got out quickly, he said. Jane mentioned he only had one fire extinguisher, which was not enough. According to him, he and some bystanders rushed to buy another extinguisher, but it did not help. They called the fire and rescue team in Kotu, but were told they were not operating. Ken continues that this is a big concern, adding that the car was worth estimated $300,000 and was rented.
These are the very important things. We are going to now because funding kero me anga kuna we ndiro kominda ba kanyame ko ko science and mancha kula ni yanda ka mako ro ndebe mako dan ro kala kuna.
I can't pay back what I lost. I hope the government can help me compensate the owner. This could happen to anyone, and insurance is not reliable. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the fire.
Just put about not driving
Star TV reached out to the public relations officer of the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services, Pate Jiba, to confirm the situation. He stated that only the fire station in Serekunda and Bakau are currently operating. For Star TV News, I am Awasane.
The Scorpion Karate Club hosted the third edition of the International Karate Clubs Championship, where children from various karate clubs showcased their talents in self-defense and other karate techniques. The event took place at Serekunda East. More in this report by Mbaikor.
Participants from the Gambia, Senegal, and Guinea-Bissau, spanning different age categories, displayed their karate techniques, impressing the audience with their skills. The championship provided a platform for young karatekas to demonstrate their abilities and engage in healthy competition. Despite karate being one of the less popular sports in the Gambia, the event highlighted the potential of the sport and the dedication of its practitioners. Speaking to journalists, the initiator of the championship, Momodu, shared his personal journey into karate. Introduced to the sport as a teenager, Momodu emphasized the importance of karate in promoting disciplines and tolerance.
ñu gëna jox jafe-jafe bi ko Gambia dafa des understand sport bi dafa des mun naa ne dafa des ñu bari boo waxee moom rek looy def yow ban sport nga def karate dafa leen lan mooy karate dañ ko fuyal soo karate na nekkul lu fuy bi so ñun ñu si nekk ñu si yaroo màggee xam nañ si lan mooy njëriñ karate bi first of all lu gën a am si solo si doomi aadama mooy discipline and respect loolu lay jox number one.
Mamadou Aliou Ba, the technical director of the Gambia Karate Federation, expressed his pride in the talented young participants. He acknowledged the challenges faced by the sports in the Gambia, including a lack of motivation and proper facilities. Mr. Ba called on the government to support the promotion of karate in the country to help local athletes compete internationally.
Okay, actually, the talent we have here, definitely, we have a lot of kids that are talented, honestly, because it's only one thing is lacking is the moral motivation, and that moral motivation is like we are lacking the how to call it, the equipments that our athletes needed on the training ground, because it's only those equipment will help you to deliver, the correct actions that you want to, execute on the ground of competition. So if you don't have those equipment during your training ground, it will be difficult for you to penetrate your opponent during competition. So this is different what I can observe from the other international side, and I'm urging for the supporters or the sponsors to come to help the karate, moreover the government to provide this equipment so that we can have athletes that will be represent Gambia with great achievements.
Mr. Ba also noted his overwhelming sense of commitment among the young participants in the championship.
Definitely, I feel so, joy, emotional, honestly speaking. I am talking, but inside deep heart, I feel my heart is, really, crying inside, honestly speaking, because of tears of joy, anyway, definitely, because it's very important if you are to give, if you came on the ground to give people knowledge, and then, fortunately you found out that definitely what you are giving them, and they are paying you back positive response in their capabilities with technicalities and what they are expected to do. But this referee committee, definitely, whatever I give them in the courses, today, even if I, go back, I am free-minded because of, I know what I left behind is totally, concrete with understanding.
Optimistic about the future of karate in the Gambia, Mr. Ba highlighted the exceptional performances of the Scorpion Karate Club's members and expressed hope for the sport's growth.
Okay, actually, the Scorpion Karate Club, they are really trying. I can observe a very good students here. They have one kid whose name is Ibrahim Ajante. Last year, he went to Guinea Conakry to represent the Gambia Karate Federation, and he was the only one that was, nominated to go to Guinea. But fortunately, it was a Zone 2 countries. All those 8 countries. He have to, came out second as silver medalist, as first time in the history of karate for our athletes to travel outside to bring a medal. And that child came from the Scorpion Karate Academy. So actually, the talent is in their club.
Okay.
Honestly speaking.
So where are you seeing karate in the next 5 years in this country?
Honestly, it will be a very great targeting the international.
Okay.
Our athletes will be really, going out. But as far as you can see, these competitions, all kids, athletes are motivated because of last year we really achieved a lot of events that was round robin system in the whole area. So, and that was leading to the fitness of all the athletes. So automatically, today even international, when we point them there, we are very free, and we will hope.
The championship concluded with the awarding of trophies and medals to the most outstanding talents, serving as motivation for the young athletes to continue pursuing excellence in karate. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Baiko.
Still to sports, on Tuesday, Lamin Kababajo, the president of the Gambia Football Federation, presented and decorated 16 Gambian referees listed in the 2025 FIFA International Referee List during a ceremony held at the GFF headquarters in Kanifing. More in this report by
In this generous gesture, 300 sets of referees' telephones, courtesy of Sports Sala and 8 communication devices sponsored by Lamin Kababajo and Asan Toure, a Gambian based in the US, were donated to the referee body of the Gambia. Speaking at the presentation, Bakri K. Jame, the first vice president of Gambia Football Federation, congratulated the referees on their inclusion in the FIFA list of officials and emphasized the importance of the Gambia Football Federation under Lamin Kababajo's leadership places on refereeing work.
The affairs of referees is a key pillar in the National Football Development Plan of the Executive Committee led by President Lamin Kababajo. And I think since 2014, the work and activities are there to show for itself. This federation has taken the affairs and welfare of referees very seriously. Every year, year in, year out, we ensure that we leverage all capacity development possibilities in WAFU, in CAF, and even FIFA. This is all also made possible by the sterling work our referees have been doing in our leagues and also on the continent and in World Cup qualifiers.
Papa Gassama, a 3-time FIFA World Cup finalist, CAF's best referee and a member of the Gambia Football Federation Referee Committee, expressed his gratitude to the Gambia Football Federation for fostering an environment free from internal interference. He congratulated the referees and encouraged them to continue their hard work and commitment for fair play in the modern day of football.
We are free to officiate without any disturbance from the president or any of the executive members. Very important. Why? Simply because, maybe if you can put off the camera, as I'm talking to you now, 2 referees from this sub-region and 1 from the Arabs are having a big problem with their referee association, because they officiated teams belonging to their presidents. And right now, me and other technicians are talking to CAF Referees Committee. Try to help them not to be suspended. We are not having that in the Gambia. Thanks to you, Mr. President. This is very important, guys. So if you have this opportunity, capitalize. Capitalize. The whole day yesterday and today, I'm with my phone, trying to see how best we can manage to help those people to try to cover the loss of the game. Understand? So this is very important, guys. If this kind of things does not happen in the Gambia, we have to say thanks to the President and the executive members. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for the communication.
Lamin N. Jamai, a FIFA-listed referee who spoke on behalf of his colleagues, thanked the Gambia Football Federation, CAF and FIFA for their trust. He assured that the donated materials will be used effectively in their duties and will greatly ease their work.
It is with great gratitude and pride that I extend my heartfelt thanks on behalf of my colleagues and myself. Receiving this FIFA badge is not just an individual achievement, it is a representative. It is a represent that collective dedication, hard work, and passion that each of us brings to the beautiful game. I would like to express our deepest appreciation to FIFA, CAF, and the Gambia Football Federation. This badge serves as a reminder of the values of integrity, teamwork, excellence that was tried to hold every day. A special thank you to our mentors and the leaders who have guided us and instilled in us the importance of sportsmanship and fair play. Your support has been invaluable on our journey. To my colleagues, thank you for your dedication. Together we have faced challenges, celebrated victories, and this achievement is a testament to our teamwork.
The event concluded with the Gambia Football Federation President Lamin Kaba Bajo congratulating the referees for their inclusion in the FIFA list. He commended their dedication and hard work, promising the continued support for his office for the development of officiating in the country.
Lamin Jamia and your team, with your doyen Omar Salah, we know the role he plays in the refereeing family. Aissatou and girls, just continue the good work and then emulate the elders before you. This gentleman sitting down from John to Papa, I think I'm privileged now. I'm very lucky that I have worked with them very closely. And then for all of you, because there is no new face here, that at least I not interact at one point or the other with you. So we are proud of you. Keep it up. And in terms of your needs, we'll do our best. We will not relent to ensure, because I had this personal embarrassment when I look around and I look at refereeing family and I have seen what's happened. I said, look, there's something very important that's missing in the refereeing, and with all what I'm trying to do. Then one thing leads to the other, and Alhamdulillah, the Almighty Allah made it much easier, and easier than I thought it would be, and I have no regrets, because there's sometimes if I give instruction to GS, I told the first vice, I want 20 sets of communication. It will happen. It will happen. It will happen. It will happen. It's the least that they will do. But I thought that sometimes it's better to sacrifice to be part of history and to be able to improve your legacy. I didn't have it. It's not that I have enough. I wish I could have. And I've been working with Papa and John since the inception, since I thought about it, and it happened. And for Mikhailo and Salah, we can only say thank you so much for the partnership when it came up.
Reporting for Star TV News, I am Esalo.
That report from Esalo will take us to a break. When we come back, we'll look at news beyond our borders. Stay with us.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. For pedestrians, safety begins at the crossing. use designated pedestrian crossings marked with patterned reflective signs known as cat eyes to ensure visibility and safety. Communities living along the highway must adapt to new safety measures.
Welcome back. After that short commercial break, if you're just tuning in, this is Star TV News. We are broadcasting from our studio along the Battle Harden Highway. And now the news outside the Gambia. After a tense week between Mexico and the U.S., the Mexican president has agreed to send troops to the border to help curb undocumented migration and drug trafficking. Mexico warns Trump's threat of imposing a 25% tariff could have widespread effects on companies from both countries. Al Jazeera's Horn Holman reports from Mexico.
Mexico is keeping up its end of the deal, sending 10,000 members of the National Guard, its militarized federal police force, to its border with the United States.
There will be patrols along the entire U.S.-Mexico border, foot patrols and motorized patrols on the roads leading there.
It's what President Claudia Sheinbaum promised President Trump she'd do to stop fentanyl getting to the U.S. Trump says it's to stop migrants too. In exchange, he's holding off on the 25% tariffs he threatened Mexico with, at least for a month. The troops have been sent to more than a dozen points, including here, the busiest border crossing in the Americas, in Tijuana. But the question is, will they actually be able to stop fentanyl?
The National Guard at the border is not going to impact the trafficking of fentanyl very much at all. I mean, if the Mexican government and the United States government really want to affect that, that's to do with bringing down criminal networks, stopping the precursors coming into Mexico from China and Europe. And this kind of work requires investigation and dismantling criminal organizations, not putting soldiers on the streets.
But it's a playbook that Mexico's successfully used before to keep Trump tariffs at bay. In his first term, the country sent the National Guard to its southern border to stop migrants, and Trump duly dropped his threats. This is about optics as much as anything else. Mexico showing it's doing something, and President Trump showing that he has the power to make Mexico do something. Ultimately, it buys Mexico time to negotiate on an issue that couldn't be more important for the country. About 80% of Mexico's exports head across that border to the United States, so tariffs would be hugely destructive for its economy. But the two countries are so interlinked that it would also have a big impact on American businesses and consumers. Talks between the governments will continue this month. A lot of people will be hoping, as they do, the tariff threat moves further and further into the distance. John Holman, Al Jazeera, Tijuana.
Angola is struggling to contain a cholera outbreak that killed 65 people in a month. The first cases were detected in the capital in early January. Since then, it spread to 6 of the country's 21 provinces. Al Jazeera's Haru Mutasa reports.
An ambulance in Angola's capital responds to another cholera emergency. This latest outbreak began in early January. The most infections and deaths have been recorded in Luanda province. The government recently targeted around 1 million adults and children in a nationwide vaccination campaign.
Vaccinations are important. They reduce transmissions. We have also increased clean water distribution points.
Each person received a dose of the oral vaccine.
I feel safer after getting the vaccine. I live in a high-risk zone.
Despite being Africa's second largest producer of crude oil, many people here live in overcrowded slums with unsafe drinking water, poor sanitation, and inadequate hygiene.
This will definitely bring cholera. Look at this place. The authorities promised to fix things years ago, but they have done nothing.
Cholera is a disease that can be prevented and controlled, but health workers say if conditions don't improve in many of the poorest areas, there will be more outbreaks. Haru Mutasa, Al Jazeera.
That report from Haru Mutasa brings us to the end of this edition of Today's News. But before we go, we look at the main points again. Digital Economy and Ministry and ECOWAS host ECOWAS e-Government Expert Forum. GID mobilizes over 420 million. Department outlines plans for 2025. Fire consumes vehicle at Kasumai Johnson in Vigil on Friday. Scorpion Karate Academy hosts 3rd International Karate Clubs Championship. GFF donates communication gadgets and decorates 16 FIFA